I'd say so. So, as a way of apologies for me spoiling the night, consider the meal on the house. Really? Absolutely. But you don't have to do that. We can pay. What's wrong about handing you the bill after a nice little moment like that? And I'm honest, I'm a bit of a sucker for that old schmaltzy romance stuff. Used to reminds me of two kids I know. Some real good eggs, but they had a serious case of esseviamente dramatico, if you know what I'm saying. Maybe because they were some of those creative types. There's a big drama coming up? Oh my god, please! I don't need this. I need to get a snack, if that's the case. Thank you. Forget about it. We spend the rest of the meal talking to the elderly Saurian. Or more accurately, he talks at us. But everything seems to have turned out alright. Particularly between me and Claudia. More than friends. Can't say I've expected me being this close to anyone. Or feeling the way you're very close to Mo, if anything. But I guess this pretty much confirms things between us now, don't it? We spend the next half hour picking out our food while chatting with Mo. Between his occasional departures to wait at other tables, he seems more than eager to tell us other local gossip. Most centered around complaints about how little Troodon is losing some of its local charm and becoming gentrified. Including a few curated words about a certain competing pizza chain a few blocks over that's been drawing away customers. Fortunately, my tendency to not emote very well hides my reaction that might hint I know the one behind his problems. But it seems like the kind of business Deirdre would want to keep around. Seems like the kind of place she'd like. His sheet is filled out, baby. But the evening eventually draws to a close and it's time to leave. Alright, Malcolm, pack it up. Let's go home. Okay. Mom, can you grab my drawing? Sure, sweetheart. Claudia grabs the activity man and gives a quick glance. She studies her son's work. She sees something that causes her to be stuck between a quick breath before covering her mouth with a hand. Claudia passes the completed sheet to me for my appraisal. This drawing always shows up, but the whole rest of it, of if he filled it in or not, is also different. Also, he does not fill this in with yellow. Yeah, he does that with red too, I think. I love this drawing. I hate how the yellow kind of blurs out, but look at Win. Okay, quick point. This proves that in-universe, Win is covered in shadows. The shadow is not just for us as the viewer, as like an artistic license. Win, in-universe, to these people, has this constant fucking shadow over the top half of his head. Maybe it's a mask. I don't know. Huh. Well, would you look at that? He even drew me smiling. That's his karma system. Looking at this simple drawing of the three of us, I could feel the corners of my mouth starting to tug upwards. It shows you a different one if you... Okay, this is what they use that activity sheet thing for. As I fold the piece of paper, I put it into my pocket, my mouth ends up curling into an all too rare smile. Ready to go home? We exit Dynamos and get back into our car. I get the honor of driving us back home as Claudia and Malcolm try not to fall asleep as they gaze at the windows. So, I'm not doing the whole... Okay, it's actually a lot shorter. What do I have to do to get to this branch again? I have to not be attached. Shadow gets bigger the more evilly, as less of it's good. I mean, that shouldn't be too hard to do, actually. Just have to draw the line up and down for the mask. Where was this branch again? This branch happens when... Yeah, this is what, like, over a couple. Malcolm is too absorbed to hear. Claudia swallows the food. Sorry, we aren't together. Win is just a family friend. Oh, gosh. Figlio di puttana. The big old butt. I'm terribly sorry to make an assumption like that. This big mouth gets out of my brain sometimes. Enjoy the rest of your meal, then. Oh, God. Man, that's so sad. May have gotten a discount from the faux pas. Pizza kit may be expensive, but they don't make things awkward. God damn, dude. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna go make that sandwich. I'm not gonna eat it, but I'm gonna make it so it can cool down because that has tendency to happen. Who names their kid Bluggy? What was the Bluggy thing about? No, that's not the one either. Where's my AFK text? Here we go. I'm gonna go make that and do some other things, and I'll be back, and then we can keep going. I need to fill my tummy with something. It's starting to growl. By the time we arrive back, it's an hour before Malcolm's bedtime. Oh, thank goodness. Well, it seems we have some time. How do we feel about a movie? You cannot watch a movie in an hour. Now, you need a very specific movie for that. I suppose I could use something to do while I digest. Alright. I want to pick! Okay, go ahead. I take my usual spot at the edge of the couch and get comfortable. What the? Unlike all times we've ever watched a movie, Claudia doesn't take the spot at the far end of the couch. Instead, she's sitting next to me. A girl! Oh. She's soon followed by Malcolm, who hops between us and squeezes himself into a comfortable nook. You wouldn't squeeze a child into a comfortable nook. After they get comfortable, Claudia leans into me while wrapping an arm around Malcolm. This is unexpected. But boy, do I like it. I feel like I want to start laughing or something. Like this pleasant swelling in my chest. Kinda like how I felt in the sanctuary. Last time Claudia and I got so cozy. Maybe I should try something. We are more than friends now, right? Shooting another glance at Claudia, I nervously attempts an age-old maneuver. At least I think it is. I only learned about this since living here and watching movies. With deliberate thought and motion, lift my arm up. Alright, nice and easy. Slowly, I carefully stretch it out behind Claudia and said, "You're going to hit the horn! The crest! You fool! The crest!" And so far, so good. Oh, he actually did it. Dang, man, slick! Also, I love how the shot is like, why do we have so much of the carpet on screen? With tactful grace, I bring it down on her. Why does he hold? Oh, he's holding onto her arm. I was wondering, like, why is he cross-armed like that? I thought, is he dabbing in the middle of a movie? With thoughtful grace, I bring it down on her shoulder and gently pull her in a little closer. Oh, the cross is gray. I thought it was yellow. In response, she burrows herself deeper into my side, nestling under my arm, much like Malcolm had done. Malcolm ends up squeezed and crushed, and he turns into a red paste. Mission success. Man, he does not look like a mission success kind of guy. Seems she likes it. Good. This is good. Everything is good. Hopefully she doesn't notice how nervously I'm shaking. For the next hour and a half, that's past bedtime. The three of us remain like this as we watch the film. Before it's over, Malcolm falls asleep and is sunken into the nook between Claudia and I. Oh, he's actually straight up asleep in this one. He's not far behind, judging by how she looks. Right. I'll go get into bed if you want to clean up out here. Yeah, sure. Wrapping Malcolm in her arms completely as the credits begin to roll, she breaks up the comfy pile that we've all been in. I rise to my feet and set about shutting things down and tidying up. Pleasant swelling. Just like our Paddington said, I think it's called pride. As my feet start shutting things down, that's when a minute later, it's all packed up. As good as today was, I'm ready for it to be over. I think Claudia was right about that Moa Parmesan bag a bit too much. It's like I'm moving like a slug, I'm so full. When Claudia's voice quietly called to me from the hallway. Yes? Is there something else? I just wanted to tell you that I really enjoyed going out with you tonight. Even though it didn't go exactly according to plan, it was still a great night. I'm just really happy to have you in my life, even if it's for such a short time. I've been feeling more alive than I have in years. Like I did before meeting Denovian. I know it sounds silly, but after everything that's happened since you showed up, I feel like I'm finally making progress in my life, not just stuck in some ditch. Like I have a future. And I wanted you to know how much you've come to mean to me. Claudia, I like how he's pulled in. Look at him! My karma meter! You can't kiss me on the karma meter! Before I can respond, Claudia grabs my jacket and pulls me to a deep, passionate kiss. And not a short one either. This is better than the last time. If you don't go to church, she's like, his mind goes blank. I like how we're tying this up. You know, other authors would have another kiss scene earlier to be like, oh no, now they both kiss and don't have to worry about that. But I was like, yeah. Thoughts evaporate in a misted sensation of the kiss. Cute. Although my brain is currently taking a backseat to what's going on, I know that the kiss is more intense than before. She's getting into it. She's not holding back like before. She was sparing me her full power. Then the darkness spreads onto Claudia. And it's like, Claudia, what the fuck? You're all black? What have you been doing? She's like, listen, when I need to explain what I did in Vietnam 10 years ago. The war was 50 years ago! What were you doing in Vietnam last decade? Pulls out Agent Orange. Claudia pulls me over to the couch, never letting our lips part for long. Dude, Malcolm's gonna show up and be like, what the fuck are you doing? Am I getting a baby sister? What the hell? Although it's hard to navigate while so distracted, we reach our destination, which we topple onto. Oh shit. Blanket time. Claudia comes to lay on top of me, and for some time we exchange pecks and kisses. You look like Fang like this. Eventually, however, the kisses stop and give way to nuzzling. She settles atop me, her breathing evens out, and she falls asleep. We remain like this for a lot. She's asleep, man! I don't know for how long. I still didn't care to keep track. I let her weight cover me. Her touch and scent calm me, matching my breathing with her own. Man, that's so annoying. She's gonna be like all the way up there when she breathes in. Soon my eyes close and I follow her into slumber. Apparently, if we don't have enough attachment, this happens instead. I imagine it's really short because it's just like, I'm going to bed. See you later, fucker. Man, I've still got that icky taste in my mouth. Yeah, and that one, if you don't have attachment, he's like distant. You're being too good to me in spite of me messing it up. I'm sorry for the embarrassment at the dinner that you had to accommodate Malcolm. Most of all, I'm sorry for how I acted to that phone call. The thing about since it happened that affected me. Man. I need you in. Oh my god. Listen, okay, let's talk about this. I appreciate that even though you don't have attachment points, she's like, listen, when you might not have attachment to me, but I've been building attachment to you. Bread. It's so tasty. She doesn't want him, she needs him. Please stay with me. You're always so calm and sure about yourself. You always know exactly what to do. And I've collapsed to such an extent that I'm now codependent. I need you. The last 2 weeks away, we're handling everything. I feel happy. Then I proved I can't take care of myself anymore. Oh my god, you're like in your 20s, lady. Please, when will you please take care of us? Oh dear god. And Wynn's narration is like, I need to take care of that. Think about that very carefully. Her offer is precisely what I wanted earlier today. We're close enough to it. She's asking like she sounds like she wants me to run her life for her. Permanently. Oh dear god. I have to remember that my goal ultimately is to disappear without a trace like I've always done before. It's only going to get more difficult. If she comes to rely on me. I appreciate that this version of Wynn is like not going to humor the idea, but it's like for the stupid, selfish shit reason. Claudia, I owe you a lot. I will. I'll stay with you until you're no longer going to help. I promise you that. She falls into sleep with Malcolm on the eyes. Couch cuddle. Oh, this is if you wake up after the scene. You said something dramatic was coming up. When is it? How about you tell me, buddy, so I know what to prepare for? How much longer I gotta... Piece of egg. Because I don't want to sit around here for hours. I only have so long until I got places to be. And I mean that. We wake up as the sun comes through the windows. We're both slow to move. Enjoy the feeling of her weight on top of me. Judging by she's clinging to me, she likes being held by me too. But as it fills the room, she begins to force herself up. Even in my half-awake state, I can feel her reluctance to do so. Good morning. Good morning. Did you sleep well? Yeah. I'd say that. I'd say it may have been the best. Sleep I've had in a long time, too. Especially with how warm you are. I knew humans ran a bit hot, but I like how she says hot, right? Because for a Saurian, they would run hot. But I knew it'd be so comforting. I could barely pull myself off of you. I'm glad to help. We should probably get ourselves back to our rooms. I'm not sure Malcolm is ready to find us like this. We just told him you're not his dad, but at this rate, might be a bit awkward. But I'll talk to him about us and, our relationship. After saying this, she pauses, and an anticipatory expression covers her face. You're serious about this, aren't you? About us being together? I'm pretty sure. It's the first time I've ever been this close to someone. Yeah, a kiss from last night was the best thing I ever felt. I'd like to do that again. Well, thank you for the compliment. I think more of that sort of thing could be arranged, seeing as how much you liked it. Was it really the best you've ever felt? I haven't done that sort of thing with anyone else. I tried to have sex with a prostitute, but we just started talking about Jenga for some reason. I have no idea how that happened. Out $50 for nothing. And I think she gave me a discount because I was such an idiot about it. Just you. So yeah. You guys just hit me with the mirror shot. No sooner I answer her question than I get another application of a tender affection. I don't think I'll ever get tired of that. I think I can top it if you stick around long enough. Wait. Top it? What does she mean by... Oh. Oh my. I have lubricant and pegging, so you gotta get used to that. Just really short offhand comment. Oh, my spleen. How about I put some coffee on? Another little burst of laughter. Claudia moves away into the kitchen, start preparing breakfast. What day of the week is it? Otherwise, he wakes up, they're still asleep. Promise to take care of him. How far I'm willing to go with that? I'm even going to accomplish it. Remove Donovan and Alphonse, definitely. Remove Deirdre too, probably. Then remove myself. What if she doesn't try to let me leave? What if she won't let me disappear? I may have to. Oh my god, I love how he's straight up like, I'm going to have to cause trouble. For if I can avoid anything too extreme. I feel like, I think the funny part about this, right, is that we know that Xander would probably be okay with it, because Xander's like, yeah, you did what I wanted you to. And I can't blame you for wanting to go your own path, right? And I appreciate that Xander is like the guy who's like, yeah, I made my deal, and you kept your end, so I'm not going to renege on this. I'm just a little disappointed. That's all. I prefer if I could avoid anything extreme. Time to change course, but that window is getting more narrow by the day. I guess you can kind of, maybe there's like a choice or two where you can kind of squeeze it in. Meanwhile, I get about a morning routine with a new pep in my step. 1 week later. Jesus fucking Christ! Where's this dramatic scene you were talking about? Claudia and I have been attached at the hip during this time for one reason or another. Rather than confess and being in any kind of relationship, we try to act normally as we do normally in public. Mostly because neither of us want the word to spread that there may be something more going on. Oh! Despite our efforts, Minnie is the only one of the few in Claudia's social circle that suspects anything is different. Hell yeah, baby! She instantly knows that there's been some kind of development between Claudia and I. So when's the baby? Claudia would be the kind of person to ask you that question out of nowhere. If she thinks she can get away with it, at least. However, she does have enough tact to keep it to herself for time being. At home, however... It's smooching time! Claudia and I are performing rather childish antics on one another. Little romantic acts one might expect from a teenager's first fling. I presume, anyway. Claudia especially seems keen on seeking to kiss or cuddle as often as she can. And I am helpless. I'm helpless against these affectionate attacks. Mostly due to my own desire for such attention, but also due to her sorry and strength being hard to resist. Malcolm has not quite been told yet. All he really knows is that his mother never been happier, which makes him happy. absolute cinema moment. Dude, stop spoiling me. Man, I really do appreciate that it goes a little further, because it could just be that they're distant from each other, but it straight up is like Claudia needs someone to lean on, and it's him. Malcolm raised a curious eyebrow to his mother, deferring to me for solutions she once handled herself, for tasks she handled herself. The boy cannot comprehend what change, but he's becoming worried. I can't believe Malcolm's the final fucking boss. Going to skip the phone calls and skip to Win meeting with Father Xander to talking about love. Oh! But the back of my mind, I can't help but feel growing anxiety. Denovian has been too quiet, which leads me back to the only person I can really talk to about what's going on with it. Father Xander's been a reliable source of wisdom for me. Give or take a few sermons. Maybe those police calls, he may finally be able to do something useful. Hello, Father Xander. Father Xander! This again. Finding the priest asleep at his desk is not a particularly rare sight. A few times when assisting Mimi, we've stumbled into the unconscious ankylosaur. Fortunately, Minnie showed me a foolproof technique to wake him up. I take a rather solid-looking wooden crucifix off the old man's desk and... Jesus! Jesus, come! Oh, who's there? Oh, hello, Win. How'd you get here? When did you get here? Just now. Oh, lovely. Well, don't just stand there. Have a seat, and I may be able to have some assistance to you. What's in your mind? Listen, I'm convinced that Denovian is planning something big. He's been silent for too long. Oh, he has been rather quiet, hasn't he? Any sight of him since the charity fair last month, right? No. What do you think he may be up to? I'm thinking he's getting ready to make good on the step to separate Malcolm and Claudia. Don't know exactly how we'll do it, but I think I'll fabricate something so it can be done legally. I think he might be right. At least, in terms of what he ultimately wants to do. I'm not sure he's gotten too far with that. Huh? Based on how he described your encounter at the fair, and how he seems to not be getting help from this Deirdre woman, I think he's spent most of his last month trying to figure out who you are. You think so? He may be an egomaniac, but he's also a coward. He was only able to harass Claudia for so long because she refused to fight back at him or let us help her. But now that you're here, I don't think he doesn't quite know what to do about you. Especially since you don't have any sort of record you could exploit. He may not want to try anything until he knows more about you. Specifically, whatever messing with you might backfire on him. In theory, just find you. Perhaps your contacts in the police know anything? It's only been a month since you mentioned trying to set up a meeting. Yeah, I apologize for the delay in getting you all in the same room. Unfortunately, they can only devote so much time to this. Looking into Claudia's case is being done as a favor to me, as their friend. Tragically, crime in the city doesn't take time off, so they have to contend with more pressing official work. All I can tell you is that as of yet, there's been no new developments for good or ill. Although they have been chewing on information that you passed on the link between the director and Alfonsi. I guess that's something. Yes. Sorry, I can't be more helpful on that front. I really wish I could do more, but if Denovian is going to try and fabricate some sort of legal attack, then they'll know about it. Right now, I think you being there is Claudia and Malcolm's best defense. I don't mind that responsibility. Got gun back. Oh shit, we're getting the gun back? I was just thinking about how that could have been done by now. Well, when I have to ask. Yeah? Do you love Claudia? What the... A bit of a swerve of conversation, isn't it? I wasn't expecting to have this conversation when I came in today. I mean, I do. At least I think I do. I've been in love before, so how would I know? If I'm ever gonna have to tell her, I better get used to saying it, right? Yes, I do. I love Claudia, and I want to stay with her. Protect her, and protect Malcolm. I want to be someone worth loving. Good. I believe you. I just wanted to hear it from you before I return a little something to you. The elderly priest's bone creak as he rises to his feet and moves to a small cabinet on the wall. Taking a small key from his vestments, he unlocks the cabinet and takes out a small parcel of some kind. And hobbles over to me and gives me an item wrapped in some kind of cloth. There's a familiar weight to it. I believe you should have this back if you plan on defending those you care about. Welcome to God's country, son! So I begin to unwrap the item. Father Xander places a hand on top of mine and stops me. Do you mean defend? Oh my god, he's got the squinty eyes. He's like, buddy! After reiterating that particular word with some emphasis, he relinquishes back to me completely. Judging by the haft of metallic clatter coming from within the wrappings, I think I know what's inside. Oh, man, that gun looks cool! Fuck! I'm gonna kill that son of a bitch, Sander! He's gonna taste 2 pounds of fucking lead! Right in the eyes! Ah. I've been wondering what happened to this. Looks like he took good care of it. Well, I guess that makes sense given his army background. It will jab before firing once. Win with the auto mag! I trust you enough to give it back to you, Win. Claudia may not approve, but it's important for a man to be able to defend those he loves. Well, a woman can defend the ones that they love too, but it wouldn't be as dramatic. For some odd reason. Unless it's a baby for some reason. I don't get it, man. Can you explain it to me, Win? I don't think I'm woke enough. Defend those I love. This will certainly make that easier. Even a monster like Alfonso will think twice if he gets a taste of what this can dish out. Probably. Is it that powerful? Like, I get the impression it's like a 9mm. It doesn't look that big. Having it makes me feel better anyway. Like, it could stop Denovian. I don't think Alfonso cares about 9mm fire until he starts bleeding out. Thank you for returning this to me. But is it usual for priests to have weapons? Oh, don't worry, buddy. I blessed it. It's meant to be okay, it's a .44. A .44? Also, for reference, this body belongs to like one of those, what are they called? Those 1911 guns? Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, that's the fucking body of an M1911. Or a Colt 45. Oh, shit, I forgot those actually shoot... Oh, that's not a 9mm. Got me there. Got me there. Oh. But is it usual for priests to hand out weapons? Why do you think everyone says it's a shit gun? You modified a 911. 1911. Depends on the diocese. The what? Specific geographic territory district within a Christian church. Gotcha. But without knowing exactly the kind of scheme Denovian's cooking up, I think it is best for you to be prepared. But understand that I'm putting a lot of trust in you by giving this back to you. Automag uses .44 man. God, this fucking automag. Oh, that's like a category of weapon. Oh, that's an established weapon? I never seen one of these. Okay, so that's an actual gun. A .44 auto mag pistol. .44 AMP. Okay. He blessed it. Does 30% holy damage. It's all you need against Alfonsi. He's weak to that shit. Don't worry, I won't let anyone hurt Claudia or Malcolm. I believe you, but I'm trusting you to not try running out and doing something stupid as tempting as it may be. Finally, my gun autism can be of good use. It sure is. We'll sure have to be patient and be willing to bear a great deal of trouble ahead. My friends in the police will keep an eye out for any sort of charge against you or Claudia filed. If any of them are false, then Denovian will be in some serious trouble. Beyond that, you'll need to be there to help Claudia and Malcolm weather whatever storm Denovi's plan to drop on them. It'll be difficult, but I promise the whole parish will be there to provide comfort and shelter if needed. Thank you. Just don't make me regret it. Best case scenario is you never have to use it. There's anything else I can help you with. Planning a wedding, perhaps? Well, I'll get back to you on that. No, I'll be here. If you plan to marry in a non-Christian faith, I will find you, motherfucker! I didn't join this to lose my sheep! Now go home, will you? I've got a nap to get back to. And for God's sake, keep that thing out of Malcolm's reach! Get a gun safe, you idiot! I depart the office with a purposeful stride. The inability to take immediate action is bothersome. Denovian won't hold off because he's scared of who he might be. He won't be scared forever. I'm gonna have to talk to Claudia about this. You may be able to tell me something about what Denovian's actually capable of. Wynn grabs the gun and probably say, God has mercy, but I don't, and the gun jams. Well, God clearly has mercy in that case. Wynn put it on top of the fridge. And maybe, if there's time and a good enough opportunity, I could try to tell her that I love her. Several hours later, after returning home by waiting home, blah, blah, blah. I was told there'd be a big dramatic sequence. Anyway, if you do not have the attachment points, what happens instead? It's a lot shorter. Yeah, he's just like a big bitch, and he's like, no, I'm leaving. I'm home. Or the dementia's kicking in. Welcome back. Welcome back. How was your day? Busy, but nothing me and Minnie aren't used to. How about you? Were you waiting for me? Is everything all right? Did something happen? No. Not yet, anyway. I've just been doing some heavy thinking lately about the weight of a .44 automag. Kind of waiting in weight. About what? Donovian. Oh. He's just been too quiet. I'm trying to think of what he could be plotting. I'd like to have some kind of plan in case he actually tries something. I don't want to shoot the Child Protective Services agent. That'd be terrible for your case. Well, Xander believes that he's afraid to do anything with me around, for the time being, anyway. I wanted to ask what you think about it. We need a plan if he's going to use his position as a hospital director against you and Malcolm. Anything you could tell me that might help? Well, I don't know exactly. I was just an intern when I left. If he is the director now, then he should have access to everyone's medical records. Assign doctors and medicine to patients as he sees fit. Anything he wants to so far as St. Hammond's General is concerned. But I haven't been back there in age, and I have never taken Malcolm there. Not to any hospital. Is he at least vaccinated? That's one thing me and Malcolm have in common, I suppose. Not exactly what I'd call helpful information. Doesn't help that I don't have any particularly clear understanding of the law and its loopholes. Honestly, I just break in when it suits me. When? Do you really think he'll be trying something soon? I feel like he will. He's been hounding you for 5 years. I don't think he'll give up now. Not because of me. He doesn't seem all that intimidated by me at the fair. Not until Deirdre showed up. No, I'm not sure. I want to be prepared if he does. Well, I'm sure whatever he's planning, you can handle it. You think so? I've got a gun. I didn't believe that before. I didn't want to believe it before. But you've changed that. Whatever he throws at us, we can handle it together, right? Right. No matter what will happen, I'll be right next to you. Whatever may come. As I say this, I gently place a hand on her shoulder and give it a small, comforting massage. She doesn't spring into a kiss or a hug, but she does lean into my hand slightly. Eventually, she lets out a heavy sigh. She places her hand over mine and gives it a firm squeeze of her own. I'll be okay as long as you stick by me. After saying this, she brings my hand to her mouth and gives it a quick kiss before pulling away. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm in desperate need of a shower and a fresh change of gloves. Say, you wouldn't mind waiting for 20 more minutes so we can pick up Malcolm together? Sounds like a plan to me. I thought that, yeah. I seriously thought that they were going to go pick up Malcolm. That might be it, because you're kind of priming me to expect something. After picking up Malcolm, the three of us decided to have a simple dinner. Once again, young Paris did most of the talking. Once the dinner finished, we spent the evening continuing. We'll take our usual spots on the couch and watch some cartoon or movie. This one about a man that was some kind of swashbuckling fairy boy that wore green and fought pirates. It said pirates have kidnapped the man's children and brought them to some sort of fancy land where people never aged. Parts of the man's children were in peril, and their reconnection resonated with me more than I thought it would. Considering how close Malcolm, Claudia, and I have become, it's not hard to guess why. With the movie drawing to a close, the three of us prepare to emerge from our respective comfortable positions on the couch. Ready for bed, sweetheart? Yeah. Oh, come on. Good night, Win. Man, I like how the expressions are apparently slightly different. Oh, it's Tiny left. Oh, man. Given the shadow over his head and the gun Win has, we can't expect God to do all the work. I'm kind of looking ahead. What the hell? Okay, so... Jesus Christ. Okay, so, yeah, nothing seems to happen anytime soon, though we are apparently going to tell Malcolm about what's going on soon. Woof. I think I'm done. I think I'm done for now. I got places to be. I want to finish my sandwich. So sorry, we're ending it here. I might stream again this weekend. Who knows? For now, let's call it a quitsies. I'm kind of tired, man. Oh. However, oops. One moment. Okay, there's one thing I saw. And that was a comment from a certain person. Links from David. Let's have a look. See if anything here is particularly worth pointing out. I always like getting links. Anyway, the recording's going to stop now.